the jersey. I had that jersey. I was happy to have that one. So, but yeah, so that's a nice one to have. So, yeah, no, we're not going to pressure anybody for the boys. We'll break without that. If boys hits, I'll random it to their room. I'm not going to force anybody to have to shell out for the boys even if they want just one spot. Or boys is going to be a community hit. We'll do that today. Not a problem for me. I don't mind that. So, but yeah, so yeah, we'll do that. Not a problem. Yeah, so I hope everybody enjoyed the game yesterday. Obviously game 2 tomorrow. I wouldn't, like I said, I'm not going to say Florida's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do take that one, go back home, tied at 1, which was, obviously it's going to be a lot of consternation in Edmonton because they have 35 years now since they won the cup. So it's been a long stretch. They've been there a couple times, but they obviously they haven't been able to take one home. But yeah, so it's gonna be fun to see if Edmonton wins tomorrow, going to Florida up 2-0. Ooh, sunrise will be craziness for game 3 and 4. So Florida with their back against the wall. And like I said, having lost to Vegas a couple years ago and having won last year in game 7 after having been up 3-0, there's no situation that Florida doesn't see themselves in. Like they have the experience of having been up big and lost the lead. They've had the experience of coming back on teams. They've lost the cup final. They've won a cup final. Like there's no real situation that you can say they're going to falter because they haven't been there before. Like that team is as veteran lead. I mean, even the guys they brought in, guys like Marchand, have win elsewhere. Like it's it's not like they even brought in like like I said. I mean, brought in like talented players that just haven't won yet. But they got guys that have won. But like I said, Edmonton is the slight rooting favorite for me because even though Jeff Skinner didn't play in game 1, I would hope to see he gets a chance to lace him up at some point in time in the finals. Even though he's only played 2 games in the playoffs, and he got a goal in the second game. I would love to see Jeff Skinner get some shifts and Corey Perry to get another one to cement his legacy. He's probable. I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer, but he's a probable Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he's a lock, but I mean, the dude's been in 5 of the last 6 finals. That's pretty impressive. I mean, you got to end up signing or trading or ended up in the right place at the right time, but that's something to be said to be 5 of the 6 last finals. Have you been attending? So that's pretty good. And obviously McDavid and Draisaitl will be future Hall of Famers. So it'd be nice to see them get a cup out of the way now without having to wait till later in their careers. Having been to the finals last year, time for them to take one home. But I'm not going to be sad if Florida wins. So it's just be good. It's good finals. Good start to the finals. I don't want anybody to think that this should be over quickly. It's gonna be fun. So let's get going. Like I said, the spots are live on eBay. Obviously, we're at 30 and 29 on the Sunday. So get your bids in. We still have, like I said, 14 from the reload that we haven't hit. Obviously, we've only hit 2 since we reloaded. We'll see what comes out tonight. 31 boxes, 14 of the last reload. We've been chipping away at the older stuff. Still, the old stuff is still up there. I noticed Big Al missed out on one, so I don't want to curse anything, but I'm not rooting for or against anything. But seeing some of the old jerseys come out, I think we're due for a new one. I'm not going to make a prediction, but we'll see what comes out. Even though I kind of called the shot last break. I said, here we go. I said, when the numbers go, I said, are you serious? We're gonna hit the Horvat. So that was just funny to see that happen. I told Ron's probably watching. I told him, I said he hit to spite him because Ron came in with his clothes. He was like, I'll take everything except the Horvat. I'm like, the Horvat woke up in the box and said, okay, I'm coming. So that's just funny. Like I said, it's all new. That's all the randomness. And I said, I've been a winner in that situation and a loser. So I know exactly what it feels like. I've been every one of these situations, with you guys or against you guys. And, so I know the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. That's the way they used to be on the sports, ABC Sports, NBC, ABC, CBS. I don't know, whichever one of the big 3 it was, the agony of defeat. So let's get going. He said, yeah, you've had 90 and 95. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, it's like I said, but you've hit so many other times when you had them, so it's like you feel like those are wins. But you definitely would like to hit it eventually when it comes out, which it will. It's been such a long time. Like it boggles the mind mathematically how many times you go through a randomizer and that number hasn't come up yet, which is just mathematical. It's just absurd. So, but let's get going. Okay. Good luck, guys. Enjoy the game tomorrow night, and we'll be back here on Sunday. I guess it's a game Sunday because I think they take 2 days off for the. I think they take 2 days off. So I think game 3 will be Sunday. I'm assuming in Florida, and then Tuesday again. So next week, remember we're doing Tuesday and Wednesday next week. I'll put the sign up this weekend so you guys know that Tuesday and Wednesday instead of Tuesday and Thursday next week. It'll be Tuesday and Wednesday. So just remember that. Let me see. Okay. Let's get my randoms up so we can get a box out here. Good luck, everybody. Where's my dice and my lists? Okay. Okay. WAFFLEBOARD. Okay. There we go. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. Like I said, the community spot today is the Brad Boys. If Boys hits, it will be random to the rooms. All 31 spot or 30 actually, all 30 spots will be eligible to hit the Boys. So the more spots you have, the better chance if Boys hits. But until we get to that, we'll see what happens. So here we go. Let's get over to the dice. Okay, you guys know the drill. 5 or more, of course, on our dice roll. Here's our boxes, of course, still in order. 60 and 3 from last year, 30, 38, 53, 57. Then we got 3, 62, 72, 75. And then, of course, we have the, I believe, 8. Where's my list? 8 and 14. Last 2 rounds are 8 and 14, all the way up to 11. So there we go. So good luck, everybody. See what we got. Nice. There's a little bit of symmetry. I got the columns of 3 7s, and then I got 2 stacks of 5 on the side. So we're going to break that up tonight. Let's do it. 5 or more. See what we got. 9 times. 9 times, Mr. Bueller. Okay, let's do it. 9 times. Get everybody ready. Good luck. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. 31 boxes, 2 times, 3 times, 4, a 5, 6, 7, 8. And the box we're going to open tonight is going to be box number 11. 11 is a reason. 11 is the very last box on stacks. There we go. 11, 9 times. 31 boxes, 9 times. 31 boxes. That was easy to get to. Box number 11. Ooh. Okay. And that's easy. That's there. There it is. You can see that right on the side. Box number 11. Okay. Good. Let me make my notations here so I have it recorded for posterity. Box 11. Good luck. Everybody that's got jerseys due, I'm sending them out. No, that does not mean it's Morrissey per se. I don't know. Like I said, he may be last on the list, but that's not always the case. Though it always wears me out when I go over to the jersey and I go across the sheet to see where it is and it's matches up. I was like, oh, come on, like, yeah, that's completely random as well. So these boxes have been shuffled up and divided up and jumbled up. And like I said, even if I do it the day before, I never know where the jerseys are. So, but we'll see. So if Morrissey, Mike H is hoping that's the case. So box 11. Okay, let me get my sheet here. So 14 guys, 14 different, 14 spots. Brad Boys is not in this, so do not be hitting the boys. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9 different people. There's a lot of different people in this reload. So good luck, everybody. Where's my knife? Box 11. Let me see what we got. Some cool stuff, some really cool stuff in this reload. So here we go. Now down to 30 boxes. 30 and 29 on Sunday. So get ready. That's what everybody's odds. Getting into the 20s after Sunday, of course. Box 11. Box 11. Box 11 gives us. And this is a Legends. Toronto Maple Leafs. Eddie Shack. Reebok. Toronto Maple Leafs. Eddie Shack. Back when the Maple Leafs were winning cups. Ed Shack, number 23. Frozen Pond COA. There it is. Beautiful Reebok. Eddie Shack. There we go. Fan favorite. Toronto Maple Leaf. Back when they were a Stanley Cup contender, which they would like to get to eventually again, but they haven't come very close in quite some time. Toronto Maple Leafs, old school Leaf, Reebok jersey. There we go. Eddie Shack. Let's see what we got. Congratulations to whoever had the Shack spot. Let's see the Shack attack. Let's see what we got. Shack is. No, you had a new one. You had the Tarasenko. You were live, Big Al. You got into it late, so that's what it is. So, yes, you got into the. I used to know when I always got in the breaks, I would always try to make sure it was tough. You're not in every single one of the runs, like I said, when I was doing with the old cover 2 stuff, but he tried to at least be live in the different runs. So, and you were definitely live in this run, in the last run, and I think the run before, at least in the last 2 runs. So the Ed Shack goes to Thomas M. There it is. Talk about a man that's on a heater. Woo, Thomas, you were nice when you said you broke your losing streak. You meant it, man. Thomas M. Congratulations. Another nice hit for you. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. When you're hot, you're hot. So there you guys go. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for everybody that did not hit, but your odds are now crazy. 1 in 30 and 1 in 29 on Sunday. So get your bids in. This is the second last break before the reload. No, we have this one and then one more before the reload. So yeah, second last double box Sunday on eBay before the reload goes in. So so thank you very much. I look forward to seeing everybody back here on Sunday with your bids. As I said, obviously we appreciate everybody's continued support. Enjoy the game tomorrow night. Thomas M, man, we got to stop. We got to break up the heater. Thomas M is on fire. It's been a while since he's been on fire like that. So congratulations to you. Like I said, it's always nice when you get into a hot streak. So congratulations. I'm not gonna try to sway anybody from being hot like that. But man, when you're hot, you're hot. So thank you very much. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, Thomas. Been a loyal waffle board breaker for many, many moons. So it's always nice to see when people get on heaters like that. So like I said, thank you very much, everybody. I look forward to seeing you guys back here. Of course, I'll take this spot down off eBay, so that can't be bid on anymore. So thank you much, guys. Look forward, enjoy your last couple days before we get back here on Sunday, and definitely enjoy the game tomorrow night. Waffle Board Breaks loves all you guys, and Waffle Board Breaks is out. Thank you much, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.